How to format a works cited page using MLA style formatting. Imagine this. You've entered a public library. You have just one mission: to find a book on history, specifically on World War II, and to be even more precise, one with detailed information on the Battle of Normandy in France. How would you go about looking for books in the library available on that topic? You surely would not walk about from aisle to aisle, section to section, bookshelf to bookshelf, removing just about any book you see on the shelf to check and verify that you have the book you are looking for. That would be a very laborious thing to do. In many libraries across the United States, the Dewey Decimal Classification and the Library of Congress are two most used classification systems. These classification systems are standard and efficient. They can help you find any book that is properly labeled with a barcode and classified according to a library classification system. If you do need guidance on finding a book, you may choose to use the assistance of a librarian who will then give you the reference information you need to help you find the call number, which you will then use to locate the book on the shelf. Or, if you can do it yourself, you search the library's database to find the books relevant to D-Day or the Battle of Normandy. And then once you have that information, you can walk onto the bookshelf and select the books which interest you. Similarly, when it comes to writing research papers or writing papers in which you obtain relevant data and ideas from someone else, such as a college composition essay, the way you cite and list that information matters. It can make or break you as a reader who's curious about looking up sources you've come across and want to reuse them for another research. You do not want to leave your readers confused as to where you obtained that information and as to where you can find it for themselves if they want to use it. When it comes to citing your sources at the end of your research paper, there is what is called a works cited page. It is the MLA format used when you want to provide a complete list of all the works you've cited in your essay paper. All publication information that is available in your sources must be listed on your works cited page to help your reader find these sources on their own. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to format a works cited page using the MLA style format in a Word document. Let's take a look at a sample works cited page. The first step, we need to label the page works cited. Notice that these words have not been italicized. They need not be placed in bold, but I've chosen to place this in bold. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to center this at the top, like this. Next, start with the author's last name. You have Butcher, and then followed by a comma, you have the first name. For subsequent authors, this is the strategy we're going to use. You are going to list make sure you have the last name, then the first name, then the subsequent authors will just be as normal. That means you would stick to the first name and the last name format. The same goes with the third author and the fourth author. Once you're done, you end with a period, like this. Next, you want to make sure that you arrange the list of your sources alphabetically. That is from the first source you cite here to the end. And it starts with the first word in each entry, usually the author's last name, if the author's last name is available. So in this instance, we started with B, and then we're going to end with P. So there's M, K, E, always alphabetical. Now this is an exception because we don't have a last name for this. We only have a title. Next thing you want to make sure is that you will begin your works cited page on a separate page. That is most important. Not only should it be on a separate page, but it should also have the same 1-inch margin, last name, and page number header as the rest of your paper. So this ends on page 3. If we scroll up, my paper began on page 1. So this is standard. Next, you want to make sure you capitalize each word in the titles of articles, books, etc. You do not capitalize articles such as the, and. You do not capitalize prepositions or conjunctions unless it appears as the first word of the title or subtitle. Note, use italics instead of underlining for titles of larger works. For example, books or magazine. Or quotations for titles of shorter works. For example, poems or articles, as you have in this example. If you use an online citation tool, which are popular these days, you must check for accuracy of the capitalization. These online tools are not always perfect. For example, some online tools might have all titles in caps or all titles in lowercase. So you want to check for that if you're using an online citation tools because they are not perfect. The next step, you want to consult a writing handbook, for example, MLA handbook or a cheat sheet with numerous examples on how to document some of the most common types of sources following the MLA formatting style. In addition, there are good online resources such as style.mla.org or owl.purdue.edu. That's very popular in many colleges today. Next step you want to take is to double space all your citation. And to do that, watch what I do. I copy all, go to paragraph, make sure this is set to 0, click on double space, bam, that's it. This could be done at the beginning of your works cited page creation, or you could wait until the end. I usually like to wait until the end. Next, you want to make sure that your entry, if it runs longer than one line, that you indent the second line and the subsequent line. So you will notice that this has already been indented, this has already been indented because it runs into the second line. Same as this and same as this. Indent the second, third, or fourth. I left this unindented for demonstrative reasons. So I'm going to demonstrate how to indent this. One simple trick I do is to hit the tab key on the keyboard. That's it. So this is now being indented. I hit the tab key once. I'll do a backspace and you can see I did it. Tab key once, and that's it. So once you hit the tab key once, you will have created what is called a hanging indent, similar to the one you see here, 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 and here, and here. once you've completed these steps, you've now formatted the works cited page. To keep this consistent, I'm going to make this 2